on the low-key.
Look how long those bars are for Sandstorm's top 8 to top 32. Eventually, it feels like it's not going to be very long before it goes off the screen.
What am I looking at? Why is this not Moirex? What's happening?
That's a good question.
We got the low-key. So a pick, I believe that I've started to see quite a bit because of Hexo, question mark, or at least in twos. But Sandstorm, he's already making these Katars work for him quite well. Looking for that Ensig as a way to be able to catch the landing. But I have to say, Demon Island, this is such a good stage for Yumiko. We'll see how this game one ends up going. Honestly, no matter who wins, I'm going to be happy about this one. These are the two, at least my personal fan favorites. And we'll just have to see how this one goes. The Light Sail, classic. Sandstorm weaponless for just a moment.
Flower opening this one up, going very even with Sandstorm so far, but now he's going to go back over to the scythe. Okay, grabbing out of the air. If Flower wants to play very aerially like that, that's Loki's signature territory. He's just loving that. He wants you to be in the air.
Oh my gosh, okay, that was in the wrong direction. It gave Flower quite a bit of a punish. The down air comes out, the neutral air comes out, and that is going to knock Sandstorm into the top blast zone. Flower takes the stock lead.
I think Sandstorm expected a dodge through coming out from Flower, or at least like a dash through where he was. I'm not sure if his dodge was up or down at that moment. Nice! That was beautiful. Being able to grab that quickly, the in-light into the recovery for the KO. If you're a Qatar player, you're like, yes, that makes me very happy to see that. Oh, the little delay before he goes in with the D-light, but Flower saved his dodge.
So floaty, so nice. Sandstorm waited until the last possible moment. He is mixing up his landings. That dodge in was so aggressive. He was hunting for Flower. Okay. Flower backing off, able to get the D-Light sail, going through the Ensig, unsuccessful, nice whip punish. Sandstorm, none of those are coming out.
Yeah, I don't know if he's using them as like a zoning tool, if he's using it like a, oh, you want to get above me? Oh, you better rethink that plan. That's a bad idea. So it could be zoning, like using them almost like a wisp, even though it doesn't have the property of a wisp.
Okay, let's see. Flower dashing in, dashing out. Able to get the down air. Still not enough to take the stock. The ceiling is quite high. The second one definitely will, though. And he keeps up this really, really gentle lead. Opting to hold onto the hammer. It has been working out so well for him thus far. Neutral recovery as well. D-Sig not able to combo it into the neutral. He was up a little too high.
He went for the D-Light the other direction. I'm not sure why he didn't go for a neutral light. Maybe. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. Keeping the grapple hammer moving over on the edge, the Ensig. Unfortunately for Flower, Sandstorm made it all the way back to the right side of the stage.
Oh, Flower missing the whiff punish, but it does not matter because he's still able to get the D-Light sail. He goes out there for the D-Sig, but it does not matter because the downer is more than enough to be able to do it. In this game one, Flower, he takes it. He goes up in a 1-0 lead against Sandstorm. We have seen what happens before to people. I feel like Sandstorm's one of those players. Again, he doesn't always open off the hottest. He is a player that is so good because of his ability to adapt as a set goes on. So him, just like Godly, they both tend to lose quite a few game ones, but then they just keep it going throughout the set.
Now, one thing that, since we don't see a lot of Loki, like I was really surprised by, is Sandstorm throwing out the neutral signature with the Scythe and then turning around the other direction and throwing out a neutral light. You can, it seems like it has no recovery lag if you whiff it whatsoever, and you're able to instantly throw out that that neutral light the other direction. Kind of like sword players will throw out neutral light on their sword as their defensive option after they whiff a move.
But it does leave you quite vulnerable. Just, oh wait, hold on, I'm going to stop for a second because Sandstorm has him off stage. He's looking for it again. He's not going to be able to find it. Flower off stage, eating that D-Light. Sandstorm, he's looking. He wants to slide off with that side light. Flower fights his way back on.
There's the neutral light, giving Flower plenty of room to grab the hammer. Throws out the dare. Nice stomp side air. That's going to be the KO. Flower opening this one up strong as well. Has some room to go. Well, like Sandstorm hasn't been that adept at finding signature KOs just yet. He has Flower in the red. Okay, there's the down heavy. That move is so good.
It is so active. Just when you think it is done, he keeps on dancing. So, Flower, can he make it back on? And the answer is you cannot. Sandstorm just reading his timing, able to get in there with the sider, and without taking any more damage, he has kept the stock count even.
Ooh, in-light into the side light, trying to get another in-light after that. He does find the two-piece, which is some decent damage on a Sandstorm. Already pushed him into the yellow.
Flower keeps dodging down. Sandstorm is adapting. Just opting to go low.
There's the weapon toss. Swapping over back to the guitars.
Whiffing that sidelight, giving Flower ample opportunity. That's exactly what you have to do. Yes, the dash in spot dodge. It is such an amazing approach option, especially with Katars. You're able to get in the under the D-Sig, and now look at the opportunity that he has in front of him. Missing the downer. Flower not spacing out that sidelight though.
Ooh, that signature so big. It could be really scary. Finally grabbing that. Does get the hit, doesn't lead to the KO, does disarm. Nice bonk on the head.
Flower being so patient, so gentle, able to actually get onto the stage and pick up the weapon as well. I'm surprised that was no punish. Usually when a Katari player misses a downer like that, I feel like Flower had opportunity to react fastball neutrally.
So one thing you pointed out previously, and I think this might be a good time to talk about it, is the wisps that Sandstorm just straight up dash dodged through. I think that was great, because if Flower was even ready for that, out came the dodge in case Flower wanted to contest with a D-Light. The dodge comes out from Sandstorm, and he's still able to punish right after that once his iframes are up. So that's great, like, super forethought from Sandstorm that he can use now, whether I'm going to dash in and punish, or am I going to dash in and dodge.
Okay, Flower, though, he's still keeping it as even as he can. He gets the downer. He has quite a bit of damage to make up, though, if he wants to be able to take this game. Sandstorm kicking him away, picking it up. The bow GC D-Light, but the issue is it was too close and he wasn't able to follow up.
Almost grabbed the down air. Sandstorm, he's attacking so much. Flurry of attacks. Flower just trying to catch his breath here.
Again, the GC D-Light. Every single bow player wants it. It feels good just to watch it happen. Oh my god. Okay, Flower, he's looking at anti-air, and Sandstorm is just in a different zip code.
Inlight into the recovery the other direction. Now swapping back over to the Scythe. He has Flower in KO damage territory. Depends what moves he grabs.
D-Light's still going to be coming out the classic. Why would you go for that N-Sig Flower? No.
No, brother. The pose that Yumiko's doing right there, that's the correct response to that. Why would you do that, brother?
Well, the answer is Flower wanted that stock, and he wanted it so badly that he was like, you know exactly what Sandstorm is going to do. He's going to jump at this exact time. He's going to go over the stage, and then my N-Sig is going to get him, and then I win. It didn't happen.
So low. Where did you think it was going to happen?
It was quite a big commitment.
It really was.
One that he didn't necessarily need to make. So Flower going to be losing that game one. He did have the lead in the beginning, and this is what I'm talking about. This is the Sandstorm effect. He is picking up momentum, and whoa. Down into neutral, landing with ground pound. Flower is cooking.
Sandstorm hoping to catch his breath here. Kind of find his way back in this game so far. He's now found 2 pieces. Nice inlight, though. Seems like Sandstorm is more or less controlling it, but there you see the N-Sig coming out. It's like Sandstorm 2 hits for Flower's 1, which based on the damage output per move, Katars versus Bow, they're kind of basically going even at this point.
Dash jumping around once again. Flower looking for that D-Light. Okay, Sandstorm.
Oh.
He wants that side zig. He's not going to be able to find it quite yet. That one is going to be able to connect, and now it is Sandstorm who has the lead. This is the projected path. This is what is supposed to happen when you fight against Sandstorm.
And I love that he's gravity canceling that sig just a little bit off the ground, so you're going to still be able to hit an opponent if they stay grounded and don't jump or whatever. But if they go into the air, then you're going to catch them as well. Oh, he tried to chase with that, and the basically point blank. Sandstorm feeling very confident here.
Flower, he has not been able to get a clean hit on Sandstorm in quite some time, is what I would say, till he finds that N-Light. Beautiful stuff. Juggling those bows for just a second. The N-Light, again, it does not hit immediately behind, so it can be a little bit tricky to connect. The neutral, despite the fact that Sandstorm is so deep, that was not enough to KO. Flower wanted that N-Light. He can't find it. He wants that downer. He wants the recovery. He needs anything, and he gets the recovery, and he gets that stock.
I feel like Sandstorm was basically saying, like, okay, just take out my stock. Like, I'm ready for this to be done. I'm going to go in with some strong options that, like, you should probably just KO me now. If you're going to let me push over onto the edge guard here when you're so far behind, like, all right, let's just run it. If I get knocked out, I get knocked out, whatever.
Flower slowing it down for a second, not wanting to.
Oh
my god!
That was awesome.
Usually,
was that a gravity cancel or a slide charge?
I think that was just a slide charge.
That's what I thought too.
Because let me tell you, usually when somebody's, you know what? We'll have to talk about it after this game because Sandstorm is not slowing it down anytime soon. He gets that D-Light. He's going out there for it all. Flower just finding a recovery, but unfortunately, he's a little too far back. He was not in a position to make it back onto the stage. So. I want to talk about that. I'm pretty sure that's the N-Sig on Scythe there for a second. Because
it's not going to be here.
It's not going to be this stock.
Keep going.
But the reason why this is so interesting is because typically,
Yep.
whenever somebody is dashing off the stage like that and you're hugging against the wall, what are you afraid of? You're afraid of downers, you're afraid of ground pounds, you're afraid of them trying to hit you outwards. And so, as a result, most often people like to jump over the stage. They like to be able to dash land onto the stage with something else. So Flower was just not ready for that as an option. That was so big brain for him, Sandstorm. He baited Flower going up and above over the stage instead of going for like the traditional downer or ground pound.
And that was the first time we saw like that specific variant of the neutral signature. We saw him use it similarly with a gravity cancel on the edge, trying to cover the exact same spot. But that was the first time we saw him dash to get the momentum going so you can slide charge reverse off the edge. Nice neutral signature, catching Sandstorm really high in the air. He's going to recover low on that wall once he saw those whips coming out.
Okay, Flower able to land with the neutral successfully. Sandstorm perfectly air dodging past another one. Flower dodging down, able to find an end light, and a downer is still somehow not enough to KO, but the D-Light Sail is going to be able to do it. He is still in this game. He is still in this set.
Great cleanup there from Flower. He started off with a neutral air, but Sandstorm ended up dodging through that, so he caught the landing with the turnaround D-Light into the side air for the KO, and Sandstorm didn't have a dodge to get away from the D-Light.
Okay, Sandstorm, so important. Even if you don't have a dodge, you can jump over the follow-up after side light.
He's finding these so often now, Dara. It's very scary. He's finding them in KO damage. He was finding them in orange last game against Flower. He's finding them at range. He's finding them point blank.
D-Light, neutral. Good combos, good follow-up. Sandstorm has just about evened up this game. He finds another sidelight. Flower knocking him away with that neutral, but Sandstorm so good at catching landings again and again.
His signature usage, he's using it more often and he's hitting it more often as well. So it's only going to rapidly accelerate the pace of this game and the potential path to victory.
So good. Flower waited. That sidelight was so smart. Okay, dashing in, finding the end light, but Sandstorm an end light of his own and a recovery to follow it up. 2 stocks to 1. He's deep into the red. Flower can even this up, but Sandstorm has so much momentum behind him.
Oh, there's a 2-piece, and that was the dodge too. He's going to go to town.
Flower being so gentle, just going to the lowest part of the stage.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Flower, for recognizing everything in that moment, because that is textbook right there. The fact that that Sandstorm felt confident enough to do that against a hammer means he didn't respect Flower in that moment as much as he should have.
Sidelight, D-Light, N-Light, good damage coming out. Flower has now evened this up. Sandstorm looking for the D-Light follow-up. Okay, that's the ground pound. That's the mix-up this time around. Instead of slide charging a signature. Flower, can you make it back on? The weapon toss is so clutch. Picking up the hammer, sidelight, the end light whiffs. It gives Sandstorm so much time to be able to whiff punish, just trying to scare him away with a neutral. Flower eating another D-Light.
Oh, he thought that was it.
This
he
going
thought the
to be
strong
it.
D-Light was going to do it, which is why he did the signature the other direction. Flower playing low on the wall,
making
getting
it back
over.
On. Downer. Oh, this is huge. Backing away, just fully respecting it, not wanting to contest it at all.
Come on,
the
Flower.
D-Sig comes out, but Sandstorm gets behind it.
Come on, Flower. Give us a game 5. Clutch up, brother.
Slowing it down, popping out another D-Sig. Sandstorm jumps into it. That's the stop. That's the sail.
Come on, Flower. Clutch up, brother. Oh, he picks up the goofy spot on the corner. Come on, Flower. You can clutch up, brother.
Sandstorm.
Yes!
What was that?
Yes, Flower. It's a game 5. Flower versus Sandstorm, Dara. Oh, man.
What was that from Sandstorm? What was that? That was, guys, I don't know who that was supposed to hit. But because of it, guess what? Flower got the game-winning whiff punish. Amazing. So, tough choice from Sandstorm. I don't know if that's exactly what he wanted, but I have to say, Flower was playing a little bit afraid at the end, but that recovery, that was so good, that was so optimal, that was exactly what he needed to be able to close out that stock as well. You mentioned it, Sandstorm wasn't really respecting Flower down there. That was super greedy to do that, especially against Hammer.
Against the Hammer, that's such a bold move to make. That's literally saying, like, yeah, you're not good enough to counter this, that your like weapon is literally built to do. Your weapon is purpose built to counter this move, and I don't think you're going to be able to do it.
There's 3 weapons in this game that can cheat off stage, which is Hammer, Scythe, and Gauntlets. And Hammer is like the one with the biggest hitbox that you have to really respect there. So Flower, he was a little bit afraid when he was like fast falling. I don't think he was fully comfortable with the space that he needed to be in.
Yes.
But because of that fear, he put himself still below Sandstorm in a way that he was able to punish. So I don't know if that was truly intentional for him to go that low, for him to be that afraid. But I want to say that it worked out in his favor. Game 5, Sparky, not your favorite stage.
Definitely not.
I can't believe that this is going to a game 5.
Yeah, this is huge. And it like that recovery that Flower got was everything. And no, I think you're exactly right. I think Flower was truly fearful in that moment because it was a very late recovery that came out. But he was able to like control the fear and control that situation long enough without falling into the blast zone and losing his stock. So that was like that's a very like human but also competitive player moment, because you go from fear mode, I'm about to lose my stock here, potentially the entire set, all of a sudden compartmentalizing that and realizing it's time to go to work. This is what I got to do.
It's about picking yourself up after you get hit. Flower, he's controlling the ground. He finds that neutral Sandstorm with the weapon toss, but he is still not going to be able to land too safely quite yet. Flower, he's putting a lot of distance between him and Sandstorm, and light comes out. No immediate recovery. Sandstorm just taking notes on Flower's dodge habits, because that is why he needed it. He saw the dodge out, he got the note of it, and then he was able to find his D-Light recovery.
Nice. Sandstorm actually throws his weapon there. That's going to disarm him. He's going to be looking for the next spawn. He's playing elusive, reasonably defensive there before he picks up the scythe. Flower staying so grounded here. Like, yeah, he'll jump up twice quickly, but then he instantly goes back to the ground. He's not really looking for that soft platform, that low soft platform here. Nice back dash, getting the stomp side air from the middle of the stage.
Tossing out another D6, Sandstorm this time just jumping into it, calling his bluff that he was not ready to follow up off of it. The recovery and even the bounce on the stage was not enough. Sandstorm losing his stock. Flower evening this up. This is amazing.
And it seems like, and this could be, I could be purely wrong, and it's the flaws of the human memory, but it seems like Flower will give us amazing, unforgettable performances, but then in the end, he'll just end up losing to like the quote-unquote legacy top player. In this case, it would be Sandstorm. And that's always really tough to watch, because it's like, oh, Flower, yes, you're next up. You're going to be the one. And then they run into, like, the player that they're statistically supposed to lose against, and then they end up losing. And it's sort of a tough end to the Flower story.
That's what makes the top players the top players. They're able to, even in game 5s, they're able to close it out. They're able to clutch it up, and they're able to keep themselves consistent. Flower with a D-Light, with a Sail. He goes for the high recovery call-out, missing the punish. The GC side sig. Oh, my gosh, he is full-on Yumiko moding. Every single signature just being thrown out.
Oh, he gets away from that. Sandstorm playing very carefully.
Optimal punish. Amazing. Just catching another whiffed Ensig. Flower, you have to dial those back, because if they're not hitting, you're giving your opponent so much opportunity to punish you.
Oh. He recovered directly onto the stage. Flower was ready for it. A little bit of a weak punish there, given that Sandstorm is so damaged. A side signature would have been like the optimal choice that he hits right there, but it's all the way on the right side of the stage, sending to the left. There's the Wisps, acting as a little bit of a wall. He wants to swap back over to the hammer so that he can find those big, heavy hitting KO moves. We always think about the hammer. The hammer hits the stomp side air, but you got to remember the grapple part, the recoveries, the down airs.
It's time, everybody. Game 5, last stock. This would be an amazing upset, but Sandstorm, he wants to keep his winner's path on. Gets a sidelight. He goes out there for the downer. Flower is so out of options.
Please, Flower, not like this, brother man.
Recovers.
Oh, he's up. That sent him high after. Oh, no. Sandstorm's not going to be happy with that.
He saved him. He put him back onto the stage. Sidelight, D-Light, Sido.
Dude,
that is so much damage.
He's PR 13 against PR 2. This is literal GOAT here.
He's backing off. He gave him space, but Flower didn't pull the trigger on the D-Light. It comes out. D-Light. So he's not going to go out there for the edge guard. He's playing it safe. He's looking for the stomp. He's slowing down the game. He is not fishing.
Make history, brother.
He gets the downer. He gets the game 5. He gets the upset over Sandstorm. He slowed it down. We didn't see any thrown out signatures. We didn't see any risky plays. He kept it safe. He kept it consistent, and then he found the